Hello, Facebook, and welcome. My name is Helena. I'm from Gink Design, and you are live on the Aussie Decor transfer page. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a few little projects with some of the True Blue Christmas rub-on transfers that Aussie has brought out. There are lots and lots and lots, as usual. Lots of transfers in the packet. I did use quite a lot of them during the Brand Ambassadors Challenge. So tonight I'm just going to do a few wee projects with the leftovers. And then I'm also going to use this gorgeous elf decoupage paper and make some wall art, because I really like it. I was going to put it on a cabinet or something, but I did want a Christmas picture that I could take out at just at Christmas time, because I have loads, over the years you gather up stuff just for Christmas. So I have all the things just for my Christmas table. I have obviously my Christmas decorations, but I wanted a really nice Christmas picture, so that's what I'm going to do. If you join, say hello and let me know you're here. And I'm going to start with the rub-on transfers, as I said. So we have like lovely little Santa Claus left. We have a little wreath. These are gorgeous. There's holly and ivy, and lovely red berries. There's a little blue. There's a little blue dove. I'm going to try and use as many as I can. I've got three things here to use them on. I've got the cutest little koala. Now, my favorite transfer out of this whole pack was the chameleon that I used. And then we have these little stockings to use up, and another lovely little wreath. And there's writing on the wreath as well. So you can use it with or without the writing. It's up to you. You can cut these transfers up and use them anyway. Pardon me, use them any way you want. So about 20 years ago, I was in IKEA and I got these lovely red vases. But because I said they're 20 years ago, so they've actually changed color. Can you see that? You see where one's like a different red than the other. So I'm going to put some transfers on the glass with those. I also have, during the Brand Ambassadors Challenge, I didn't get to finish everything, so I still have one of these wee boxes that was painted, so I'll do a bit on it. It's really just to show you the products. So it's called True Blue. The transfer pack is called True Blue, and I think you get something like 20 transfers. I'm going to count them quickly. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you get 19, and you can see all the lovely, there's baubles, there's black and gold baubles there. They're really, really, really nice. And there's red baubles, and then there's Santa Claus and wreaths. And as I said, we have a chameleon. So this Halloween is over. Halloween is well and truly over. And all the shops are full of Christmas things. So it's a really good time to purchase these new products from Aussie. And yeah, just get ready. So I'm going to put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see a bit better. And as I said, I'm going to start with this little box. Or I might I'll start with a glass. Now, I haven't done a transfer on glass in a while. I've done them on mirrors. I haven't done them on the glass. Hi, Jane. And he's too big, so he's not going on there. So maybe do a red booty. So every year I pull out these red vases for the dinner table, and I get bunches of like bright red. Is it Jane? Do you call them protea? Or no, it begins with P. I think, the Christmas red plants that you see at this time of year. I usually get them on the dinner table. So that's what we're going to do. And it's a wee bit of a challenge doing it on glass and doing it on a curved surface, but I'm up for the challenge. Sorry, I turned myself off. I turned myself off because it's Sunday. So I think we'll go with the wee koala. So when you're doing it around a curved surface, a transfer, always use tape to hold it in place. It can be a wee bit more tricky. No, it was me actually. I actually turned myself off because I set things on the computer. So on the keypad, and it chose to remove me from the stream. So what you do is get your tape ready. The tape's really important when you're going around a curved surface to keep it in place. If you don't tape it down, it will, and it shifts, it will crack, and it won't be nice and flush. So yeah, so there's a koala off. I'm going to put him. Right, so I'm going to put him there, and the first bit of tape will go on right across to keep that in place. And then I'm going to do a wee bit of tape down at the bottom to keep it in place there. And then I have to snip. So you can see I have to snip into the transfer. The way if you were wallpapering around a plug socket, you would do a few snips into the wallpaper so it bends round. And I just do the same. You just do the same with the transfers because you want them to be bendy. So you see where that's cut, and then I can just push it on round. Now that's if I don't drop these and smash them, because that's a possibility as well. So I'm just pushing this side down and a wee bit of tape, and the same with the other side, and a little bit of tape. So tape's very important when you're doing around curved surfaces. You don't want any movement in your transfer at all. So he is taped down. I'll maybe do him upside down. Hi Amber, nice to see you. So maybe do him upside down. I have put transfers on a mirror, but I haven't done them on glass in a long time. So the prep for glass really is like your furniture. Make sure it's grease free. So give them a good wash. Now I'm hoping this works, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. How are you, Amber? What's happening in your world today? I'm just rubbing across. Hi Siobhan. I'm just rubbing across the front of it. I can see that it's all off here because it's all very cloudy, and then you can see the color here, so you can see the difference. As I say, I'm just using up all the wee bits that were left over from the challenge. What time is it where you are, Amber? I can't remember where everyone is. You must be then in America because it's 6 o'clock in the evening here, and I think if it's 6 o'clock here, then Eastern Standard Time is 1 p.m. maybe. Is that right? I don't know about the rest of the time zone. Siobhan is the expert. Siobhan is the expert in the time zones, aren't you, Siobhan? Siobhan has to do our schedule, and every time she does the schedule, somebody's country will change their clocks, and then she has to do it all over again. So it's a bit of a headache for you, isn't it, Siobhan? Yeah, the True Blues, as I say, there's so many different. I love the wee Santa. He's just so jolly. He's just so jolly and happy. His wee face. You are Central, right? So it's 12. And I really hope this works, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just I really wanted to give these wee vases a facelift for Christmas, because one had changed colour from the other because they're so old. And the little koala is actually nearly off. I can see just a couple of wee dots. And I'm going to start peeling the tape off from the bottom, because I do know that I have a piece of the koala under this tape that I'll need to rub off. But I'll start at the bottom and lift up. There's a little dot there, still needs to be done. And I think these will be super fun then. Siobhan has an Excel spreadsheet just for time zones. This is first world problems when you have a global company. And we would all be lost without Siobhan telling us what time it is. Right, so I'm lifting up from the bottom and I'm going right up to the, oh, that wee bit of tape is firmly down. And he is on. So what I need to do now is pull the tape off the transfer at the top without moving the actual transfer, just to get it in the wee bits that were under the tape so that they release. And he is on. Isn't he gorgeous? Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is the same as what we do on furniture. I'm going to rub the paper, the shiny side, to burnish it. Now I won't seal these. I won't seal these. I think just on glass and mirror, you just give it a dust. So I'll not be putting these through the dishwasher or anything. And so that's our little koala on. I'll maybe try to do this one on the other one maybe. But what I'll do, because I can do these quicker, is I'll do one on the box. So you can see the box, and Santa just fits perfectly. A little tiny bit of his shoe maybe will overhang. And I'm doing this all back to front, so because I want you to have the best view. So I'm doing it upside down to me and back to front. So Santa is down, and I will. So the box has been painted silver, Jane, the silver paint, and it was painted for the Brand Ambassadors Challenge, so a few weeks ago. So it has definitely cured. So it's just silver spray paint from Rust-Oleum. I think it on this one, because I had a silver one, a gold one, a red one, a green one. This is for the challenge. And when we finished the challenge, Siobhan, or you weren't in my challenge, Wendy had done a beautiful picture with the elf and all. So we finished the challenge. She said, "Oh, there's what I did." And then when I switched the camera off, I found this silver box that I had actually forgot to do on the day. But you only had so much time anyway. And I think I done 5 boxes in the allocated time, so didn't do too bad. I get them. Amber said she would like some of these boxes, so I get them in a British shop called The Works, and they actually do like plastic face masks and stuff, and she likes doing them. She decoupages them, these lovely Venetian face masks. So it's a wee shop does art supplies, it does books, and it's called The Works, and they do these lovely wee boxes. So if you're in America, I would say Hobbycraft. Do you have Hobbycraft, or even the dollar stores? I have seen I've seen furniture painters, you know, they take you out shopping with them in America, and they've went to Hobby Lobby. No, was it Hobby Lobby? Is that right? And it's been full of this sort of thing. I did a lot of Christmas boxes because there's so many of these transfers. I wanted Amber to show off as many of the transfers as I could. And that's the only way I could think of doing it, to have all Keisha's wee things. Now, she knew about the Christmas ones, but she didn't know about the two I stole last week. Do you remember? Last week it was decoupaging, and I swiped two. So there is our lovely Santa on. Now, isn't he so sweet? Yeah, I think it's Hobby Lobby in the USA. Siobhan thinks it's Hobby Lobby as well. So there's our little Santa. And I'm going to do, I really love these. I really, really, really like these. See the greens with the holly? They're really pretty. And you can cut these up on, there's 2 sheets of these in the 1 pack of transfers, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 pictures on this. You get 12, and you just cut them up and use them to add to the corners, or to the front of your projects. So you see there's just a little bit of green and red, and I'm just going to put that beside Santa up at the top. I also find these I find them therapeutic. I know it doesn't make sense because they're only wee boxes, but I find just doing wee things like this very therapeutic. It's not, you don't have the pressure of doing a big item of furniture that's going to take weeks to finish. Do you know what I mean? It's just so quick and easy. Wee crafts. I'm going to show you. I have the wee tray that I did last week. I have it here because I put resin. Remember, I put resin on it. Oh, there, Amber Snap. Amber has said, "How did the resin turn out in the tray?" So Snap, yes, I have it here beside me, Amber. I'm going to show you it in a wee. I'll show it in a wee second when I get this transfer on. So one wee bit there still to do. And ta-da. And again, give it a wee furnish. It's not so pretty. I really do like that. So these transfers, as I said, about you get 19 in a pack. The Jane loves doing boxes. They help calm the mind. They're just nice, sweet. Although Jane knows my friend Sarah Jane. So my friend Sarah Jane sent Keisha, my daughter, lots and lots of decoupage materials about a year ago. Napkins, beautiful napkins and different things. So yeah, so this is the tray. I painted the legs. So the legs weren't painted last week, they're painted now. And then you can see the resin. Can you see how shiny it is? It's like glass. It's nice, isn't it? And that's it all dry. So it's all, the resin's dry, and it just makes it, I don't know, I just really, really, really like resin over the top of decoupage. I think it's just, it sets it off or something. But my mistake was, do you remember I did it and it said I have to trim the edge, and well, I forgot to trim the edge and I poured the resin. So the edge looks a little bit messy, but it's good, isn't it? So that worked really, really well. It didn't fade, the colours didn't fade, nothing happened. The decoupage didn't bubble or lift or anything like that. So yeah, I really am pleased with that. And then I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you everything now. So the little cut off. So the little cut off from this paper, we put it on a box, and then I painted in some flowers, and I put some glass bead floral stencils on the sides. So that shines when the light hits it because it's glass. And Amber, that was Fusion. Oh, it's Ultra Grip. I've just lifted Ultra Grip. That was Fusion. It's called Fusion Pouring Resin. I don't have it beside me. Do you? No, sorry, I don't have it beside me. It's called Fusion and it's Pouring Resin. So there's the wee glass bead gel flowers, and then there's that's the back of it. And then I just painted in these little flowers along the front. So that is isn't that a nice wee set to give someone for Christmas? Because I do always think that when you put effort in to actually make somebody something, it's far nicer. I think it's far nicer than anything you could buy at the shops. So Jane said it's beautiful, and she's getting ready to use her Stormy Iris's Decoupage. Not there yet, but hope it looks half as good as that. It is a lovely paper, and it will just follow the instructions, follow the rules. The rules are, what are the rules again? The rules for decoupage are put a thin layer of top coat or glue, and then mist the back of your paper, and do a little at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. Do a little at a time, and you can't go wrong. Sure, you can ring me, Jane, and I'll talk you through it when you're ready to go. I do not mind that at all. If you want to give me a wee ring on Messenger, and I'll talk you through it. And I like white under. So not everyone uses white under, but I like white under my decoupage, Jane, because it makes the colours pop. You don't mute the colours don't get distorted, they don't fade. So just do another wee one of these beside Santa. How quick and easy is that? Stormy Iris's is lovely, and the Moroccan, yes, the Moroccan border lantern stencil is fabulous. It is beautiful, and I think that's a really good purchase because you can use it over and over and over again. Right, so I'm going to do the other vase. That was the wee koala. I'm going to do something on the other vase. I will see, maybe, can I do a wreath? Maybe. It's just difficult going, because these vases go down, see the curve? So it goes round a curve and then it goes down and up. So maybe a large one won't be a good choice, but you know what? We're going to try it anyway. we're going to give it a go. I just need a wee box here to help so that it doesn't roll away. So again, what I'm going to do is get my tape ready and then cut into the transfer so that it bends around all these curves. And then I will start rubbing and releasing it onto the glass. And then hopefully these little vases that don't match anymore and are very old, they might last another wee while. In for a penny. That's it. So Jane said, I painted the white today. I want them bright and beautiful. Yes, that's what I do. Amber says she thinks the blue and the silver of the wreath will pop on the red. So we will All right, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to get my tape again and then release the backing. Remember, once you take that backing off, you're exposing the glue. You're exposing the back of the transfer, which is the glue. So if you leave it uncovered, dust from the air can stick to it, and then your transfer becomes unsticky. Some people, you have to really handle these a certain way and look after them, because that's what happens if they're left out of their tube or left out. Then they will become unsticky just with the dust particles in the air. Right. Okay, so that's that one down. I'm going to tape the top. Tape the top, and then I'm going to tape the side. Ooh, I just don't want it to move. Let's see if we can do it that way. You can see it maybe. So I have I've made incisions into the transfer all around without cutting the actual picture, and that helps it move and become bendy to go around the corner. And I need another one there and another one there. And then when you start rubbing your image off, you just be careful. Oh, thank you, Amber. Amber says I'm very good at explaining things. That means a lot. Thank you. So I'm starting down here and I'm rubbing gently. If I can get that bow off in one piece, I'll be happy. As I say, it's tricky, very tricky, because of all the curves in the glass. But it's not impossible. Just need to do it a little bit at a time. Although I'm saying that, they're coming off really quickly onto the glass. Oh, what was I saying there about not letting it slip? Oops. And then I'm going to push that bit onto the glass and rub that bit at the bottom. I'll move my fingers round and get the greenery. Now I'm moving up the way to the bauble. There's a few little bits I can see still attached, so I haven't moved my hand. My hand is still firmly holding it in place, because if I released that, it would be a disaster. So I'm going to try and move a bit more quickly. Right, now let's have a look. Right, that entire side is off except for one wee bit at the bottom. So I'm going to push it down and go in between my fingers. It's a wee bit fiddly. As I said, it is more difficult to do it around curved surfaces, but I think it looks really effective when it's done. Okay, so now I'm going to go this way around the curve. Anyone, any questions? Just post them in the comments, and if I don't see them, I'll come back later. Or if I don't know the answer and I need to ask Siobhan or somebody, then I'll do that and come back later. But I thought I'd show you just how to do transfers onto glass. And it's a different medium again. A lot of people do drinks cabinets with glass fronts. And it would be nice to do transfers onto the glass sometimes, just for that little added extra. So I'm just doing the last wee bit. And that's the wee tricky bit, which is down here and around that bend. We'll try and hold and push the air out. Okay. So I think, you see how clear the sheet is? I think we are good to remove the tape and run me tiny bit under the tape. Oh, isn't that lovely? I will just furnish it with the paper. Okay. Well, I'm really happy with that because it was very tricky. The writing's maybe not as bright, but yeah, that's lovely. So that'll be on the Christmas table. That'll be on the Christmas table with a big bunch of flowers while I'm having my dinner. And then I will add another couple to the koala one, but not right now because I want to do the decoupage. As I said at the start, we all have our Christmas dinner table stuff. We all have our decorations, but I always would have liked to have, you know, like a picture to hang in the wall that you just took out at Christmas, you put away at Christmas. So when I saw the elf, I sort of knew I wanted to do something like that with it. And I couldn't find anything ornate enough in the charity shops. So I had this, one and it was painted, and then you can still see under the paint there was the vase from Everything Hamptons. And look, you can see how decorative it is, but it's only plastic. So it was, it looks really good, but it's cheap and it's light, so you can just take it down, put it away at Christmas. So what I have done to prep it, because there was a big transfer here, I put a little bit of Ultra Grip or Slick Stick, either, and then I painted white over the transfer because I don't think it would come through this because this is a dark paper. And then again I've put Ultra Grip or Slick Stick and a wee bit of white top and bottom because I'm going to have to paint that. I'm going to have to paint this in because it's not big enough. But let's remind ourselves of our gorgeous elf, and then I'll do it red and white, probably red and silver or something. But this is very ornate and it's beautiful. So this is what I'm going to do, and it will not look like a mirror. It will look like a painting. So again, like everything, I know it's not furniture, it's a mirror, but it's the same process. So I'm going to go in with my glue. I'm going to start up here. So in with my glue. I'm going to spritz the back of the paper. And I have my blue tool handy. Always remember your blue tool. So then I'm going to place, and I think, I'm going to move back a bit. I think that looks good. I think that looks good as in placement. So then I'm going to go in with my blue tool and push any air out. So Amber says, I'm so glad you're doing it. I got decoupage to do on a mirror. Now I will know how. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I wouldn't have painted the mirror at all if it fitted it. I would have just used my glue, but because I will have to paint a little bit at the bottom, a little bit at the top, and I already had that big transfer on the case, I thought I would just be safe, better safe than sorry, and I would just do a little bit of prep on it so I don't come a cropper. But I really love this paper. Oh, let me see. So I'm just, so this blue tool got a little bit of glue on it once, and it was a little bit rough. So I put some of my tape, some of my painter's tape over the top of it, and now it's really soft. So there's a top tip for you. If you get glue on your blue tool on the felt bit, just you can just cover it. I know you can put in a wee baggie in that, but that tape is actually really soft. So another thing I think is really nice for these decoupage papers is if you do them on crackle, and you can see a crackle through them. I think makes them look really old and lovely. So I'm just working my way down, doing a few centimeters at a time. I'm making sure all the air bubbles are out, and not forgetting to give it a wee mist. And then just work the way from the middle out, pushing the air out. That's what I like to do. And these papers are, because they're quite thick and they've got the little threads in them, you do have time to, you do have time to reposition and lift them again and move them again. You have loads of time to work with them, and they won't disintegrate. They won't rip and get on. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining. So Amber got it from Aussie yesterday. Oh, that's brilliant. I can't wait to see what you do now, Amber. Ooh, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what creations you're going to do. So again, just working my way down with the glue and spraying the back of the paper. And then with my recycled blue tool, I am just working from the middle out to the side and down and out at the same time. I'm pushing any air out. And I only have one tiny bit left to do at the bottom. And that is it on. So these really are quick and easy. And just remember your rules and your different stages, and you can't go wrong. And don't panic. Just don't panic. See when you're doing this, and like there's sometimes I've done it and I've thought I've done it right, and then I've went away, and when it's dried, there's maybe been a corner or a bit in the middle that I've totally missed, and it's an air bubble. So like, don't panic. You just prick the air bubble, push the air out, and then reseal. So I mean, there's loads and loads of troubleshooting tips and hints and tips. So do not panic when using these. If anything goes wrong, there is always a fix. Right, I actually need to wipe. I need to wipe the front because I've got so much glue on it. So I have my trusty painter's rags. I buy these are lint-free cloths, and I buy them from Amazon. So they're lint-free painter's rags, they're called. lint-free rags, and you get a big packet of them for like 20 quid. And I bleach them. I use them on everything, and then I bleach them. They're always covered in paint. And yes, I always let mine dry. So I always let mine dry before I trim it, because I spray the back of it with the water. It's if I try to cut that now, it will fray or could rip and tear, because it's soaking up the water. So there it is on the mirror. Right, I'm gonna turn it round. Oh, they're great, Christy. They're absolutely great. I'd be lost without them. So this is the elf. Santa's elf. And I don't know if I have a brush. Oh. So I'll just quickly, sorry. I'm using barn red, because I like barn red. And I'm just going to quickly show what it's going to look like. Then it's going to be painted in. The red, I'm going to go over it with dark wax. I'm going to go over it with gold. It's going to be very, very pretty. It's going to be layers of dry brushing. But you can see, don't fall. So you can see it's going to be very lovely and very Christmassy. And I'm just going to put it away with my Christmas tree. And I am going to take it out every year with my Christmas tree. So blending Amber, right? Amber's asked a really good question. What about painting? You can blend in before, after top coat. Well, what I like to do is put it on and then seal it with my top coat. Then when it's dry, I like to blend, because once it's sealed, once you've given it like a sandwich of top coat, so you're putting your top coat down as your adhesive, you're putting your paper, and then you're putting another layer of top coat. Once that's all dry, and you come in with your paints to blend it, the paper will not lift, or will not get saturated again, because I use chalk paints, so I use a lot of water when I'm painting, and I don't want my paper to get re-wet and to start ripping or tearing or bubbling. So that's what I prefer. Some people don't, but that's what I prefer. And I sort of think it's only a layer of top coat. It takes 2 minutes to do, and then you have peace of mind that it's sealed when you go in to paint it. So that's what I do. But everyone has, there's no rules. Everyone has their own way of working, their own ways of doing things. So that's what I do, but somebody else might do it differently to me. So Jane says she loves this picture. She has the little size, and she's going to do it on a box. I really like these. So you see, I'm just coming in now with my adhesive and giving it a wee layer, a wee thin coat. I'm not soaking it, just a wee thin coat. And this is sealing it, and then it'll all just dry at the one time. And then I have peace of mind. If I don't do it now, I'll forget if I've done it or not. So I need to do it when I'm doing it, and then I'll have peace of mind that that's sealed, and all ready to go when I paint. So, is anyone any other questions about decoupage on mirrors or glass, or transfers on glass, or anything else? When you put your transfer in a mirror, you don't seal it, because it just smears the glass. You can see it. I won't be sealing them on the vases either, but because I know they're there, I won't be putting them through the dishwasher. So there you have it. What else did we do today? So yes, so there you have. We've done the decoupage, and we used up some of the leftovers of the True Blue, and we put them on glass. Aren't they lovely? And then the other one was the little koala. And as I said, these vases were about 20 years old from IKEA, and I think they were like £2 or £3 in IKEA at the time. So there's our lovely wee koala. And as I say, these are brilliant. So if you're in IKEA or past IKEA or anywhere like it, and you see things like that at a couple of £. Look, I'm in with my big extension, and you see any of those like vases, or these mirrors are really cheap because they're plastic, but they're made to look old, but they're plastic. And I think that was £5. Yeah, it was plain white, and I have said it was already painted, so it's going to be painted again. And I think they're great, and they make great gifts, and they're fun and they're easy. And then if you do it wrong, you've only like lost a £5. Whereas if you're working on a cabinet at £300-400 and you do it wrong, it's a bit different. So I think these are great. They're a great learning curve. So thank you everyone for being here. I will see you all next week when I don't really, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing Japanese, the self-adhesive, the black, the Japanese one with the cranes and then the big blue flowers. So that's what I'm doing next week. Again at 6 o'clock. Thank you, and thank you Amber, thank you Jane, thanks Christy and Siobhan. No, you haven't asked me enough. No, I know that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer all your questions. And so thank you, and I will see you all next week. And yeah, I'm nice that I'm surrounded. Look, I'm surrounded by the things from last week and the things from this week. The kids just are hating it. They can't even sit down. Right, everyone. Bye. See you next week. If I can find how to get out.